Why was the inside sales team created back in 2017?
Yeah, okay. So I was actually the first member of the inside sales team, and I started in May 2017. And the idea behind it actually came from the US because the US team had been created prior to the EMEA team. And they saw that it was doing very well and it was very successful as far as growing accounts. And so they moved it over to the EMEA. They did, like, let's say, an extension. And the main idea was that there were a lot of lad accounts in particular, of
Mhm.
very small accounts, and they were not being served by anyone. The only people who were actually paying attention to them was the customer service side. And they wanted someone from sales to not only focus on the existing business, so not only focusing on what they're ordering and getting the orders, the deliveries out, but they wanted to actually create new business with small customers because they felt like what they had seen with the US team was that if you focus on small customers, there was the potential to grow them, and there was the potential also to sort of see some of those startups and things like that. So the areas of focus, yeah, it
Yeah.
was essentially that. It was small lad accounts, and it was new accounts, so new opportunities. And the focus, of course, was on ICT core business. The idea is for the distribution, the distributors, to take care of non-ICT or non-core market customers because it's really not value added for the business unit. And so we wanted to shift the small customers, kind of sort of like gently push them towards distribution and focus really on the core market, small customers, being able to grow those and being able to sort of find new opportunities with, for example, the um, startups is an
Yeah.
example. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that sounds really good. I think you highlighted there some of the benefits. So, for example, growth of accounts. But was there any benefits for you that particularly stood out in that first year?
One of the benefits in 2017 was having a salesperson where they can contact and feel, small customers don't want to feel small. They want to feel important.
Yeah.
And customer service, when you have such a like lack of resources and they didn't really have anyone to feel like they were being focused on by TE. So it helped in that delivery situation where customers sort of felt like they were being paid attention to, they were getting some TE support, even though in those kind of situations it's very difficult to actually help. Just having a face there or a person there to contact and get that support, I think was also a benefit of sort of increasing the satisfaction in our small customers.
How
Yeah.
did the team in the inside sales team manage to overcome the issue that they faced back in 2017?
Yeah. Well, the first thing we really had to do, and I was kind of alone here, was really try to bridge that kind of gap between lad and the inside sales to make sure that there was collaborating and that there wasn't, sort of animosity there or
Yeah.
wanting to ignore us. And so what we did is we set up weekly calls with them as a team. We
Uh-huh.
went and visited them in person in Heimstetten. We tried to really, as much as possible, get them involved so they didn't feel like inside sales was as much taking over their role. So that was really an issue that we had. And on the other side, it actually helped with the delivery situation because once you feel like, we had overcome the issue of, oh, you took over our previous role and why are you even needed? We're doing it fine.
Mhm.
Once we were actually able to get on the same page and to be able to actually collaborate as a team, we built the relationships where whenever a customer wasn't getting reply from LAD, we had found new processes to sort of take some of the load off of LAD and tried to show some benefits of having the team and take some of the workload off, as well as having relationships you can actually, more easily contact the person and you'll get responses for the customer. So there was a little bit more support for the customer themselves by having someone to have an internal contact. So that was a big issue actually. But I think that we fixed it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like everything was overcome then. I feel like it
Yeah,
sounds.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it was a long process. It was a really
Mhm.
long process, and it took a lot of um, collaboration with them and trying to really explain what our role is. And we're not here to take your old job. We're here to do something completely different.
Yeah.
But yeah, it worked out in the end. That's what matters.
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
It worked. That's all that matters.